Alright, so in this video, I'm just going to give a brief overview of the force hook system as a whole, which includes, how it attaches to racks, how you clip the bar in, using the app and getting data off the devices, and I'll quickly touch on some of the benefits relative to force plates and other traditional methods as well. So it's pretty straightforward. The force hooks are designed to attach to pretty much any bar that has holes, and we provide spaces that will match the brand rack you have and the hole size you have. Once you attach the force hooks to the rack, you tighten on the locking nut and then you can clip a bar in. We also provide different size inserts for different diameter bars, so anywhere from 28.5 millimeters to 50 millimeters. That allows you to do testing with specialty bars like Swiss bars, trap bars, safety squat bars if you have those. Anything that can be racked between the uprights of your rack, you can do testing with force hooks. Once you have the bar on the rack, you turn the devices on, they will automatically zero, and then you can connect the app. Once you have the app connected, it's pretty straightforward. You can either run a test just unassigned and get some data really quick, or you can pre-assign the test with the athlete name and the test type, and that just feeds into the system and it makes the long-term analysis of trends much easier. The main advantage of the force hooks compared to force plates are, first and foremost, you can do tests where the athlete's feet aren't on the ground. And so things like isometric bench press, isometric bench row, these tests are not really possible with existing solutions. And with force hooks, it's just as simple as other tests. Obviously, you can do plenty of other tests as well, like you can do isometric calf, sprint-specific isometrics, quarter squats, full squats, mid-thigh pulls, all these kind of things are pretty straightforward and easy to set up with force hooks. The second major advantage relative to force plates is just the integration into the normal training environment. And so with force plates, often there's this kind of balancing act of pulling athletes out of a normal training session or adjusting the training session and doing the testing with them, then reinserting them into the training sessions. The idea with force hooks is that you can keep the hooks on the rack permanently, and when you need to do isometric testing, you can pull them down and then you can do the tests you need really quick and then put them away. It also enables things like supersetting for post-activation potentiation, makes that a lot easier, and makes just doing testing with large groups more seamless. Doing isometric training, especially with force hooks, is much easier when you're not necessarily looking to do performance testing, but you're just looking to give athletes some level of feedback while they do their normal isometric exercises. So you may be doing isometric exercises for a variety of reasons. It might be for rehab, it might be for performance, it might be for like prehab type things. Doing these exercises is really good, but often S&C coaches may not use force plates because of the kind of the load it adds to the session, like the setup, the pack down, managing that within the session. So force hooks are designed to make that in-session isometric feedback as easy as possible. And so the idea is that the easier the feedback is to get, the more likely you are to do it with your athletes. Force hooks also allow testing stations to be set up in parallel. Because they have flexibility and they can test a large number of tests with one system, you could potentially set up 2 or 3 stations with force hooks, and you can get your whole squad doing their isometrics at the same time during a training session. And so you may have one set up for mid-thigh pulls, one set up for calf, one set up for isometric bench press, and you can integrate that directly into the session, which gives you a lot more flexibility with how you structure and program isometric testing and training.